Alright laddies, you won't notice, but this is round 3 of the Chronomaly deck profile attemption. I'll get right into it. For the monster cards we have one copy of Moral Tech. You'll notice we're not playing Chronomaly artifacts or Chronofacts. We're actually running only 2 artifact cards, this and Durandal, or Durandal. This is probably the best artifact card. It's a level 5, as they all are, and it's got the best effect that when it's destroyed, you can summon it and destroy a face-up card your opponent controls. It's alright. It's once again it's an artifact card. It works with Moai and Tula Guardian and Moai 2 Electric Boogaloo. So you can go in Durandal or Armageddon or Machu-Mech. But if you want to side it out for like a Pot of Desires or something, that's fine too. Now, next up, 3 copies of Ash. Should be self-explanatory. It makes Desires a neg 10 or neg 11 or something. And we all know Desires is a neg 9, so it's just better if you can Ash it as well. Next up, 1 copy of Aztec Mask Golem. It's not the best Chronomaly card, but I run 1 out of sort of just wanting the Chronomaly package in there. And as you guys probably know, I don't make decks to be good. Hence my shitty 60 card scraps and what. But yeah, it's a good card to have if you can pull a spell off. But any other time, you'll probably just go, oh, why did I draw this thing? So if you want sided out for neg 9 or strike. Next up, 3 copies of Crystal Bones, or the Bones as I call him, because he's cool. Now, when your opponent controls a monster and you don't control one, you can special summon it, and when you do, you can special summon a Chronomaly monster from your hand or graveyard, except the Bones. It's really good, but not in the way you think. Because it's a level 3, and most of the time the things you'll want to summon are Moais or Guardians, because they'll be what's in your graveyard more often than not. You'll summon this and you'll probably go into something. Maybe if you also normal summon to get a decode talker out there, it's alright. You run it out of necessity. You can summon a level 3 off it like Gordian Knot and then go in the Chrononaut or the Guardian. But and that's all I have to say. It's just an alright card. Next up, 3 copies of the worst Indiana Jones movie? Yeah, I think it's considered the worst one. Now, if you control the face of a Chronomaly monster, you can discard it to add a Chronomaly monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except for the skull. And you can only use this effect once per turn. Now, it's once again really good. It's better and worse than Nebradisk. Better because you don't need to summon it, and I've just screwed everything up. Better because you don't need to summon it. Worse because it can't add the spells and traps. I think there's Chronomaly traps, but I don't run any of them. It's better because it can also add from the graveyard, but worse because it can't add these. So yeah, run 3 is what I'm trying to say. And you'll also notice I run 3 Nebradisk too. So you can't say, oh, which is better. You say, run both. Yeah. 1 copy of Golden Jet. If you pull this off of Gordian Knot, then it's a free rank 5. Because as you should be able to read, you can increase the level of all Chronomalies you control by 1. Now, I don't run more than 1, because it's not my favourite Chronomaly card. But it's alright. It's something you'll want to get off of. It's something you'll want to get off of, in my opinion, maybe the best Chronomaly card. Guardian not. When it's normal summon, you can special summon a Chronomaly monster from your hand. And if you do, the not basically copies level. You'll want to pull the level 5s. You'll want to pull out a Moai carrier. You'll want to pull out a Guardian, and you'll want to pull out the original Moai. This is probably the best. This is probably the only reason why Chronomalys are alright. And of course, they're not even rogue. They're like bottom tier garbage in the modern meta. But not is probably the best of the Chronomaly cards, except maybe Nebradisk. But yeah, run 3. If you're not running 3, then you may as well play something else. Next up, 3 copies of Moai. If you control a face-up Chronomaly monster, you can special summon it in defense position. It should be obvious why you run this, but in case it's not, if you have a Tula Guardian, you can go into a rank 5. If you don't, and you just have like a normal summoned Aztec Golem, then you can just use it as a wall to stop your opponent from attacking you directly or something. But most of the time, you'll pull this off of not, and you'll go in a Machu Mech. It's alright. Now, next up, 1 copy of Moai Carrot. No. 1 copy of Moai Carrot, or as I'm going to call him, Moai 2 Electric Boogaloo. This is only good if you go second, and it's the first turn and your opponent's done something. Any other time, you just pull this off of not, and go, I'm glad I have this. Run 1, I wouldn't run anymore, because it is very specific and bricky. Now, the only reason Chronomalys were ever even remotely good in the OCG is Nebradisk. When it's normal summoned, you can add a Chronomaly card from your deck to your hand, except for Nebradisk. That is absurd. You can add Babylon or Technology. Don't add Technology though, otherwise you're very silly. You can add Knots or Moais or Bones, or maybe even Skull if you're an idiot. But yeah, and it also has another effect. If this goes in your graveyard and all monsters you control are Chronomaly monsters with a minimum of 1, you can special summon it from your graveyard in defense position, but you cannot activate cards or effects the turn you activate that effect, except for Chronomaly cards or effects. And you can only use 1 of the effects per turn and only once that turn. So what that means is if you normal summon and add a Chronomaly card, you can't special summon another one using its effect. And if you special summon a Nebradisk using its effect, you can't normal summon another one and add. That's, I think, how that works. It's really good. It's really good, but the only problem is that it's a level 4, and that's not, I think, the best level for Chronomalys. You've got a ton of level 3s, and you've got level 5s. The level 4s are probably the worst levels of the Chronomalys, because I don't think there are any level 4 Chronomaly monsters, except for Aztec Golem, and even then that's not very good, that can special summon themselves. Yeah. Next up we have 3 copies of Tula Guardian. I run only 2 copies of Babylon, and usually do fine, because I can also pull this off of Not. And the effect is, by the way, if there's a face-up field spell, you can special summon it, but you can only control 1 Tula Guardian. I don't think I have to explain why this is good, but I will anyway. If you pull this off of Not, it's an instant Durandal or Armageddon or Shark Fortress. If you don't, then you can summon it and then you can have something to pull a Moai out. If you pull it off, and then once again another Durandal or Shark Fortress or Zenma, it's a good card. Next up, 1 copy of Sphinx. When it's normal summoned, obviously by tributing because it's level 5, you can special summon a level 5 Chronomaly monster from your graveyard. But you can't special summon monsters the turn you activate the effect except Chronomaly monsters. So you normal summon this by tributing like a Nebradisk, And then you go into Machumak. It's a good-ish card, but I wouldn't run more than one. Onto the spells. 2 copies of Babylon, where once per turn you can banish a Chronomaly monster from your graveyard, and then target a Chronomaly monster with the same level and special summon it. So you can use this to banish a Moai carrier to summon the original Moai, which is really symbolic, isn't it? Banish the carrier to summon the Moai. Yeah. Or you can banish a skull to get a bones out and then go in on like a rank 3. It's alright. You can run 3, but that's just it. You can if you want to. Next up, 1 copy of We Have the Technology. Now, when it's activated, you can target 1 Chronomaly monster from your graveyard and banish it. This is a cost. I think it might be a cost, whatever. But then you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck and add 1 onto your hand and then send the other to the graveyard. And you can only activate the Chronomaly technology once per turn. And you can't special summon any monsters except Chronomaly monsters for the turn you activate this. It's alright. It's just more ways to try and generate card advantage. Because one of the things about Chronomaly is that you plummet in advantage really quickly. There aren't a lot of ways to plus. But it's still alright. You can run 3, but you don't generally want to. Now onto the obvious staples that I shouldn't have to explain. Monster Reborn. Duh, while you run it, you can get free shit. Raigeki. Duh, while you run it, you can destroy everything. Now, as for Soul Charge, as I said when I was talking about technology, you lose advantage really quickly. You summon and you go into stuff and you're just like, oh, my hand's empty. So if you pull this, you can try and get some more advantage back by summoning Moais and Guardians and going into whatever level 5s you have left. Or Skulldread. Go into Skulldread, he's cool. But yeah. And of course you can't conduct your battle phase, but who cares? It's a good card to have. I'd say it's a really good tech for Chronomaly. Now onto the traps. 2 copies of Quaking Mirror Force. I think it's probably the best Mirror Force. Some might say Drowning Mirror Force, but Quaking is fine too. 1 copy of Solemn Judgment. Nah, duh, why you run this? It's Solemn Judgment. One of the things I should mention, make sure that if you have Soul Charge, you activate Soul Charge, and then you can want to activate Solemn Judgment. And that's because if you activate Solemn Judgment, you obviously won't have as much to pay for charge. So yeah, it's a good card. 2 copies of Strike. No, duh, why you run it? It's a good card. 1 copy of Warning. Duh, why you run it? And then onto something actually interesting. 1 copy of Stonehenge Methods. When a face-up Chronomaly monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon a Chronomaly monster that is level 4 or lower from your deck in face-up defense position, but it can't change its battle position. Duh. You can run more than 1. I wouldn't recommend it. It's just another way to try and recuperate lost advantage, although it's not the best way to do it. It's an alright card, it looks cool, but that's the best I can say. Sorry, I don't have anything interesting to say about methods. Onto the extra deck, 1 copy of Armageddon. It's boring, but you don't have a lot of rank 5s. There aren't a lot of good rank 5s, which is sad because this deck probably is best at churning out rank 5s. Now, next up, 1 copy of Durandal, or Durandal, however you want to pronounce it. Obvious inclusion, this particular effect. I don't want to explain it, because, I've already tried to explain it twice, and that's gone to shit both times. But, it's just an alright card, you know? just have it. And yeah, so you can spam out rank 5s. That's the best Chronomaly cards is rank 5. Now, on the Castell, obvious card, shuffle something back, check out his face. Now on to something interesting, Chrononaut. I run this because it's a Chronomaly card, and it's cool looking. Once per turn, when it's targeted for an attack, you can detach an Xyz material from it. This turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle card effects, and any battle damage you would have taken from battles involving it is instead given to your opponent. It's a 2100 attack beater. It's a very obvious way to say, hey, please attack me. But I like it. It looks cool. And isn't that why you should run cards? Now, I'm going to have someone say, oh no, you don't run cards. That fuck off. Go make your own Chronomaly deck and make it OP then. Now, on to where my first recording had to end because of stuff. Gorgonic Guardian, the best rank 3 ever if you're playing Chronomaly. I don't think I have to explain this card, but I will anyway. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach an Xyz material from it. To target a face-up monster your opponent controls, its attack becomes 0, and its effects are negated, if that resolves. And this lasts until the end of the turn. And once per turn, you can target a monster with 0 attack and destroy it. If you activate this during your turn, it's detach an Xyz material, negate a card, and destroy it. It's a good card. If you activate during your opponent's turn, you can stop them from attacking. It's alright, you can run more than one. I run just one, because I fill my extra deck with random shit. Now, next up, Machu Mech. It's alright. It's a Chronomaly card. I'll read its effect. Once per turn, you can detach an Xyz material from it to target one face-up card your opponent controls. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference between its original attack and current attack. And if you do, this card gains attack equal to the damage inflicted. I don't know why, but this and I think Chateau Hyuk have a very weird obsession with punishing your opponent for boosting their monster's attacks. It's very weird, and I don't understand it. Sorry about that, took some Pepsi. It's very weird, I don't understand it, but it's acceptable. I run it because it's a Chronomaly card, and because I like to say, I'll go in a Machu Mech for the sick lore. Now next up we have Chateau Hyuk. As you might have noticed, we don't have a lot of level 4s. You probably won't go into this thing a lot. And the reason for that is because none of the level 4s, I think, that are good have special summoning conditions. So you'll be normal summoning something, praying that it can live there. But whatever. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach an Xyz material and then target a face-up monster your opponent controls and change its attack to 0. You contribute one Chronomaly monster. Then target one monster your opponent controls whose current attack is different from its original attack and destroy that target. I guess that's what Machu Mech is for. You summon this and then you use mech. It's a weird gimmick. It's not a okay card, but I like it. Next up, a copy of Baguska. I don't want to explain Baguska. It's Baguska. One copy of Shark Fortress. And you can only... And its effect is, once again, your opponent can only target it for attacks. And once per turn, you can detach an Xyz material, then target one face-up monster you control who can make a second attack. It's a rank 5. Rank 5s are the best to go into, because they're the ones that have the best summoning conditions or effects. But at the same time, you'll go into Machu or Artifact more often. One copy of Breaksword. I shouldn't have to explain Breaksword. Ignore this part. It's worthless. It's just Diamond Direwolf, but better. Now, one copy of Zenmail. It's alright, I guess. That's the thing, though. Oh, for fuck. Fucking hell. I knew I should have kept saving. I knew that it should have been a thing. Oh well. Oh well. We're back. Alright, what was I up to? This. It's alright. Self-explanatory effect. Run it if you want. But you won't go into it as often now. Finally, for the X's materials, one copy of Zen Mains. I don't think I should have to explain why you're running Zen Mains. It's a good card. Now onto the links. One copy of Decode Talker. It's sort of a necessity. One copy of Mrs. Radiant. You'll notice that it can, I think, yeah, it can add like Moais and Guardians back. It's an alright card. And finally, Skull Dread. I love Skull Dread. It's a good card. It's just an alright card, Skull Dread, you know? Run it. Now onto the side deck. I won't go into why these are in a side deck. I'll just say why. I'll just say it. 2 copies of Block Dragon, 1 copy of Aztec Mask Golem, 1 copy of the Jet, 2 copies of Gorgonic Cerberus, and you can read these and look them up myself. 1 copy of Gargoyle, 1 copy of Giant Soldier of Steel, 1 copy of Babylon, 1 copy of Technology, 2 copies of Pot of Desires, 1 copy of Strike, 2 copies of Stonehenge Methods. That's the deck profile. I hope I've explained a bit of the inner workings. Now, let's go look for a game to show them off. 44 seconds, and I guess while we're doing this, I'll say Chronomalies, they're sort of alright. You know? They're not good, and this isn't a good deck, but they're pretty fun. And you'll notice when we get in there, if I open well, I'll have 1 turn of greatness, and then I'll die the next turn. But whatever. It's a pretty fun deck to play. Oh, we've got a Jinzo. Let's wish him good luck. Well, sort of. Please make us go second. This is a deck that I think prefers going second. And what do you know? Let's see an opening hand. Oh, that is awful. This is a hand I would have much rather go first in. Fucking hell. Oh, come on. Come on, hit the strike. Come on. Come on. Yes! Didn't hit the judgment. Oh man, this guy is... Hey, look. Now we can sort of see how this works. Now, as you'll see with Nebrodisc, I'm going to add Babylon. So that Tula Guardian can do its thing. Alright, and we will go... and we'll add Babylon. And then I'm going to activate Babylon. And then I'm going to go and summon this. And we can attack Chronomaly beat down. Let's mention that to him. This is how you play Chronomalies. Beat down. So yeah, it's a shame you can't tribute Nebrodisk to go in a Tula Guardian, because you can only control one Tula Guardian, as noted by this effect here. Alright, we've got the Judgment and the Ash. So if he activates Pot of Desires, what's the bet he resigns? And goes, oh shit. We're gonna beat him down with Chronomaly. Now you see, now would be a good time to draw a Should I? It's his normal summon. Wait, whoa, whoa! Is he trying to add? Because I'm going to ash it if he's going to. I don't get magical musketeers. They seem alright though. Well, not alright, but fun. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, shit! No! Wait. Oh. Oh, well. Now we'll see how this works. I'm Moai. Now I could Monster Bomb, but then I can't Nebrodisk. So, what can I do? I can't go into Skull Dread. I can't go into Decode Talk. I can go in. Wait, if I have missed out on running Cyber Dragon Nova and Infinity, oh, I was gonna fucking spew. Hey, I could go into Armageddon. This might be a time to go into Armageddon. And trying to think. Alright. Yeah, that's probably the best move. I overlay, move to here, and go Armageddon. if he activates them, I'm gonna spew. I'm gonna freaking spew. Alright. So what can I go into instead? Yeah, I think the ad's only once per turn. Alright, so I've got a Tula Guardian, so what I can try and do. Oh, but they're not sad. Oh. Oh, and you can see I've lost my hand. God damn it. Wait up, nah, it's because that's an Xyz. There is nothing. Wait up. Alright. What I could do is use Babylon to banish Guardian, summon Moai, go into this Guardian, go into this, but nothing I can do can get over at Kaiju. Unless he has a level 3 in there, and then I can go into... Alright, fuck it. Babylon to banish this, and summon the mode. And then I monster on. But I can't summon Nebradisc by its effect. So I can just be a dick and summon his Kaiju. And go in and talker. God damn it. Alright, we'll try once more. We'll try once more, but I have a feeling I've lost. What bullshit You see what I mean there, guys? I say you lose your advantage very quickly, but it's fun. It's fun because it's just fun, you know? Alright, wait, is it my select? No, it's this guy's select. Oh shit, no, I'm going fast. So let's just hope I don't draw it. Alright. let's just summon Disc. Hope he doesn't ash it. He's only got 5 cards in his extra deck. Alright. We do this. And I can add a Chronomaly. So now you say, what Chronomaly do you add? You add... Moe. Then you end your turn. And then if he destroys this, I can summon Moe. Holy shit, I couldn't. I'm going now. Well, there's nothing good to go in by having more Moais. So what I could do is I could go Bones, and then summon Not off of Bones. That was a good hand too, but let's try once more because... What is this book? No Xyz links, Singo, Pendle, BS. Fuck off. What's out? Ah, goat format. What a format. I don't play goat at all. But yeah, so that's the thing with Chronomalies is you lose advantage very quickly, and then there's nowhere to recover from it. But you can win. I mean, that guy won. You can win if you're not playing anything even remotely good. Now, once again, I go second, because then... Oh, wow. Oh, man. Maybe I should put the desires in. But I didn't like desires. Oh. Mermaids? Yep, mermaids. I have... Well, Atlanteans. But don't you put Atlanteans and mermaids together? Isn't that how that works? I should make Atlanteans. Are they any good, guys? Are Atlanteans any good? Yeah, here's what I could do. If I draw Babylon, I can do this. Tribute it for wing stings. Summon back the Guardian. And then go into Machu Meku. Let's see. Atlantean mermaids. Is that a thing? Or do you just play mermaids or Atlanteans? I'm not actually sure. It seems like Atlantean mermaids is alright, but... I don't know. Let's see, even... Oh yeah, no, this is Mermaid Atlanteans. And that's something you can add an Abyss, spell a trap card from your hand. Wait, what? Wait, which card's adding? Oh, it's Dragoons. No, I don't know Atlanteans or mermaids at all. Alright, so, could I make Atlanteans and mermaids? Oh, what? Oh! Okay. This. Oh, my technology. Fuck. Well. How do you even make this? What's it gonna go into? Oh yeah, cause that's how that works. Cause that's a link too. You can do this and this, and then it's 4. I understand that. Hmm. So yeah, Atlantean mermaids work, I think. And there's more dragons. Oh my lord. Oh my god, this is boring. This is so boring. What's he gonna go into with this? Galaxy Tomahawk? From what I used to know, Galaxy Tomahawk was a fucking awful card. Because, you know, you summon it and do nothing. But now Link's, I think you can do that. Oh my god, is this ever gonna end? Holy shit, this is boring. Oh my. Well, at least you can't extra link me. I mean, you could if you... Holy shit, though. This never ends, does it? Then get 4. You have this, and you could get Oh, fucking hell. How do you run? What? Oh. hell? What did he summon with? Oh, yeah. Alright. Let's never talk of that again. That was the most boring thing. Anyways, this has been Chronomaly deck profile. If those last duels told you anything, it's that you shouldn't play Chronomalies. Anyways, I'll catch you guys around, I guess. Now I've got to go make a cool thumbnail. Peace.